Hey again, this is Jerry from York River Cannabis, and today we are spreading peat moss. So yesterday we put the lime and the first round of fertilizer down, and today, because we had some chunks after tilling it again, we're going to put some peat moss. So I got this peat moss from Lowe's. It's not a ton of peat moss for this area. So they're 3 cubic feet compacted, and I think it makes 9 cubic feet once you open the bag. Given that this is roughly 2,000 square feet, it's just not quite enough. But I don't have a terrible clumping problem. I just want to make sure that when the hemp goes in the ground that I give it at least a fighting chance. So what we're going to do is, before the flies get too bad today, we are going to put the bales out in the middle and open them up and spread them manually with just a rake. And then we're gonna till again. It did not rain yesterday, but we're just gonna till it, rebroadcast. It should rain within the week, and I won't be expecting the plastic mulch until late this week, so maybe Friday. So yeah, I'll take a couple more videos and show you how it's done. Okay, so we've put the peat moss in the garden. We've just put the bales in, so lined them up right down the middle. Probably could have used a fourth one, but anyway, we're gonna open them up and spread them. Okay, so we've opened up the bags. Definitely not much. If they say that's 9 cubic feet per bag, I think they're lying to themselves. But we have 3. We're on a budget. It's $11 a bale, so we're gonna make do with the 3. Probably just concentrate it to the fairly clumpier areas. So yeah, a little disappointed, but that's peat moss. I think at Walmart, Lowe's, Home Depot, it's all the same. So maybe if you do it yourself and you have a bigger clumping problem, you should get more peat moss. But for today, this is what we got to work with. So we're gonna spread it now. All right, so we've spread it. Again, could have used probably 2 more bales, and I think I would have gotten 95% of the garden covered. But like I said, we're on a budget. It's $11 a bale. You can't be spending $55 on peat moss. But here it is. It's spread out. We concentrate it to the clumpier areas. I think once we till it, it'll spread it a little bit better. But we're probably only going to get about 70% coverage at best. But better than nothing. This could come back to bite me if the hemp plants get root bound. They're pretty hardy once they're a large size, so I highly doubt that we'll have that problem. But nonetheless, I will document it. If it's a failure, we'll go back next year and fix it. But yeah, so there's the peat moss spread. Probably could have used some more. If you have a clumping issue, definitely don't skimp. I've never had an issue with this soil being too compact with my vegetables, so I'm going to run the risk here and say that I don't need any more peat moss, but hopefully that works out for me. All right, so we've tilled in the peat moss, and the flies are getting pretty brutal, so it looks like we're at the end of outdoor garden work for the next week or so. We're going to try to finish this up, but I took it upon myself to really test out that Impact Implements 8-disc tiller. I was pretty disappointed with that peat moss. The spread on the peat moss, I was pretty disappointed that there was going to be some clumps. So I went ahead and really dug her down about 4 to 5 inches. And I would say that it did a very good job for what it is. It's not a heavy duty tractor. It's an ATV with an attachment. And you can see some really dug up dirt mounds. I was pretty impressed. The quad handled it really, really well and threw the dirt right up. And as you can see, there are way less chunks So I think what I'm going to do is, since today feels like going to be the last day for a little while as the flies get pretty bad, is I'm going to rebroadcast, I'm going to re-till, and that's going to do it before we lay some plastic mulch. So I'm not going to make another video of rebroadcasting and re-tilling. I may make a video of the final till, but check out my other video for the broadcasting fertilizer. Okay, so we have now cultivated, then we tilled, then we fertilized, and then we peat mossed, and then we tilled again, and then I re-fertilized, and then I decided to re-till. I had that clumping problem. We kind of short-handed ourselves on the peat moss. So I took that Impact Implements tiller and I brought it down to the max, which I believe is like 7 inches deep, and it worked wonders. The clumps are pretty much non-existent. There's a few scattered about, but ultimately, very happy. Very happy with the way the ATV performed, very happy with the way the Impact Implements tiller performed. So this is it. The next step is going to be the plastic. We're going to lay down the plastic and the drip lines. But yeah, as far as field prep goes, we're done. So moving on to the next step, which is getting ready to plant the seeds, which I started yesterday, and I'll be making more videos about that. Also started an Instagram account, so if you want to follow me, find York River Cannabis Company on Instagram, and you can also find us on Facebook at York River Cannabis Company. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. We're going to be sending out a lot more videos in the future.